Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So we are so close to going sailing away on Icon of the Seas. So close that I have to start planning my snacks and travel food. I'm starting with the stuff that will be freezer safe so I can make it a little bit ahead and it'll still be good for my trip. Because as many of you know, and if you don't, I don't eat refined sugar. So like when I go on a cruise, they take such good care of me for my meals, but it's really hard if I want like a sweet treat that's not fruit. Because usually it's like for dessert options, I get a fruit plate. On occasion, they will surprise me and the chef will come up with something that I can eat. I did go on, I think it was on my Anthem cruise, where the chef was able to make me like a blueberry cobbler without sugar and like met my dietary needs, and I started to cry and it was amazing. But totally unexpected and not in the norm of things. It was, you know, the equivalent of like a Disney magic moment for me. So I always come prepared. I make a few little snackies that I can have in case I get a sweet tooth, because it's hard to be on a cruise and be around all this delicious looking food and feeling a little bit left out. So I make sure that I have something so I could feel part of. And even if I have to bring a few things on my own, and to make sure I have a little snack for the airport, for the flight, because you know, it takes a hot minute in the airport, and the airport, it's hard. I can maybe find a salad. And that's a maybe, because sometimes they're like these pre-done salads, and then they put stuff in the salads that I don't eat. So it's always iffy. So I always need to make sure that I, at the very minimum, have airport and flight food, because I know that one is a real challenge for me. So, all that being said, let's go to the kitchen. Today we are going to do a recipe review for these espresso chocolate snack bites from a website called A Sassy Spoon. I have never made anything from this website before. I don't think so. So this is gonna be a new one, but the recipe looks great, so I wanted to give it a try. So let's go do it. To the kitchen. Part of the reason that I always love doing snack bites for travel, they keep well, they're small and compact, but they pack a filling punch, and they really travel well, and they're super easy to make. This is gonna be, because I have the food processor, super easy. The food processor is a game changer for making on-the-go snacks, in my opinion. Basically, the way that this recipe is written, because these are going to have a little coffee kick, the dates are going to get soaked in the coffee, and then after they soak, everything goes into the food processor, blend it until it's like a dough consistency, and make the balls and chill them in the fridge. It's that easy. So let's look at these ingredients. So for today's recipe that we're doing, we're going to need almonds. Back here is the coffee. We're going to brew some coffee. We need some cocoa, chia seeds. We got some dates and a little bit of salt. And that's it. Easy peasy. And then for equipment, I have a little tiny French press. So we're going to use the French press for making the coffee. My spatula. Then the food processor with the S blade. And as always, be careful with that blade. Super sharp. Careful with that. And then I have my lid for my food processor over here. And yeah, just like that. That's it. Step 1, brew the coffee. So because I'm using the French press, I need a tea kettle. So I have water in there. Gotta close that. And let's go make some hot water for the French press. I'm using this Bones coffee. I think it's funny that they have a pull tab that like looks like a bone. So gonna move that. Gonna put coffee into the French press. And then, oops. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have the coffee in the French press. I'm just gonna slide that back for a minute. Then I have this bowl, and I'm gonna get these dates ready while I'm waiting. So said 8 dates. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 8 dates. So now the coffee is brewing. I'm gonna wait for it to brew and it has to cool. That's the way the recipe is written, that it's cooled brewed coffee. So we're following the recipe. Patient pants time. Gotta wait for it to brew and cool. And then I'll be back. Now this coffee has cooled and I measured out the amount and we're gonna put it on our dates. I'm just gonna take the spoon and separate them. Okay, now those dates have to soak. Patient pants time. So these dates have been soaking for about 15-20 minutes or so. So now it's time to start putting everything together. The dates are gonna go in first and we're gonna make it into a little bit of a paste and then we'll put in the rest of the ingredients. So it told me to put the dates in, but to reserve this coffee because we're gonna need it. So I'm just gonna scoop the dates out and do it this way. Put this lid on and go pulse. Next step, we have to add some of this reserved coffee. So it says a tablespoon. So there's the tablespoon, goes right in there. Okay, let's go back to blending. So this is the consistency I was able to get it to. I'm not sure if it wanted it to be a little bit thicker because you could see the coffee seems to be pooling around the dates, but this is the best that my food processor is able to get it without having more ingredients in here. So what I'm hoping is as I'm adding the rest of the ingredients, it'll break down a little bit more the way it's supposed to. So that being said, let's add in the rest of the ingredients. So we have the almonds, then we have some cocoa, then we have the chia seeds. And then it said a pinch of salt. So we'll call that a pinch. Okay, lid back on. And let's go back to pulsing it. So now I have it all blended and it's sort of like a paste-like consistency. And now's the messy part. Now I gotta roll it with my hands into ball shape and put it in the fridge to chill out. So I'm gonna make these little balls right into the Tupperwares that I'm gonna use to travel with. So that way I don't have to like make more dishes or transfer things, just keep it easy. Keep it easy. So I took the blade out. So this is what I have. This is what it looks like. And you could see it looks a little bit crumbly here. Like you wouldn't necessarily know that this can be a dough, but watch this. I'm gonna take a little scoop, gonna put in my little paw and squish and squish. See? And we just roll it, make a little ball. Voila! And it goes right into my little Tupperware. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep scooping and rolling. So we go scoop and squish and roll. That's like the motto, scoop, squish, and roll. I just pushed a little too hard and it fell apart a little bit, but that's okay. Just put it back together. Go scoop, squish, and roll. There we go. And I'm gonna keep at this. I'll be right back. So I've had these chilling in the fridge for a little while, so time to give them a taste. Let's open this up. We'll pick a small one because I need to save these for the trip, right? So let me put this down. So here's a small one, and let me do a halfy thing so you can see the inside. See that? Okay, let's give it a try. That's really good. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's got the richness of the almonds, almost like an almond butter kind of a flavor, but the coffee comes in from the side, and it's of all of the little energy bites I've made, I feel like this one has one of the more complex flavors to it. And it's not just like a wump of sweet or a wump of nuts. This is like, there's layers of flavor in this, and this is really good. I like these. It's definitely a tasty treat. So I am very happy with these. I'll be checking out more recipes from a Sassy Spoon because these came out really good. So I guess with that, I'm done for the day. I'll see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.